It's not your act. I've watched thousands of self-tapes over 40 years, and I can tell you, the actors who don't get callbacks are almost never the actors who can't act. They're the actors who never learn to work with the thing sitting 6 inches from their face, the camera. Today I'm going to give you 3 specific checkable mistakes that are killing your self-tapes before anyone ever judges your performance. And the one mistake underneath all 3 that nobody talks about. Here's why this matters more than you think. A casting director watching submissions isn't reviewing your acting first. They're pattern matching. Can this person be trusted on a real set with a real crew on a schedule that doesn't stop for anyone? And every one of these 3 mistakes reads instantly as, this person doesn't know what they're doing, before you've said a single line of dialogue. Mistake number 1, aspect ratio. If you're submitting a self-tape vertically, phone held up like you're filming a story for Instagram, for a horizontal cinematic project, you've told the casting director something about you before they've watched 3 seconds. And it's not good. The industry standard is landscape. Horizontal, 16 by 9, it's not a matter of taste. It's a frame every monitor, every deck, every casting platform is built around. Turn your phone sideways. Prop it up. That's the whole fix. 30 seconds of setup and you've already separated yourself from a shocking number of submissions that get cut for this alone. Mistake number 2, framing too tight. I see actors framed so close you can see nothing but their face. No shoulders, no hands, nothing. And then they wonder why their tape feels flat. Acting doesn't live only in the face. It lives in the body. The small adjustment of weight. The hand that almost reaches but doesn't. The shoulder that drops half an inch. If your frame is cropped at the chin, you cut off half of your instrument before you've even started. Standard framing, mid-chest up, a little headroom, enough width that your hands can enter the frame if the moment calls for it. Mistake number 3, and this is the one that quietly kills more tapes than the other 2 combined. Lighting that hides your eyes. A casting director cannot read a performance they cannot see. If your key light is behind you or directly overhead, or your face sits in shadow, the most expressive instrument you have, your eyes, becomes unreadable. You don't need professional lighting. You need just one light in front of you, roughly at eye level. A window with soft daylight does the job for free. One more free before we move on, because I said 3 and I meant it. But this one's worth throwing in. Audio. A hollow, echoey room or background noise you've stopped hearing because you live there, a casting director hears it in the first 2 seconds every time. You don't need a microphone. You need a closet full of clothes or a room with soft furniture and your phone close enough that you're not shouting to be heard. Well, that's the full technical list. Horizontal, framed from the chest up, lit so we can see your eyes, recorded somewhere that doesn't echo. None of it costs money. All of it is invisible until someone points it out to you, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. And here's why this actually matters beyond the checklist. If you've sent tapes in just total silence, no callback, no feedback, nothing, you probably started making up reasons. Wrong look, wrong age, wrong everything. I want to tell you what's actually happening in the silence because it's very rarely what you think. Fix everything on the technical list and you've solved the mistakes that get a tape rejected in the first 5 seconds. But there's one more mistake, and it isn't technical. It's you. Here's what I mean. After 40 years watching self-tapes, I can tell you, the camera is a lie detector. It sees a half second of tension in your body that the human eye in a live room would completely miss. Most actors, right before they say their first line, do the same thing without realizing it. They brace. A small held breath. the body preparing to perform instead of preparing to be present. And the camera reads that brace instantly, not as focus, but as tension. Now, normally, this is where I tell you exactly what to do about it, but I'm not going to. Not because I'm precious about it, because that isn't something you fix hearing it once in a video. It's something you fix by doing badly in real time with someone telling you the second you got it right. That is a different format, isn't it? What I can tell you is it's one adjustment. It takes about 4 seconds, and it is, without exaggeration, the single most common note I give in a self-tape session, more than any other note about the acting itself. I want to give you 2 real examples. The first, an actor, trained, talented, submitting constantly, hearing nothing back. We didn't change a single choice in her performance. We fixed her framing, her light, and this one adjustment before her first line. The very next submission, booked. The second was an actor who had already booked before, but had gone quiet for months. Same story. His last 3 tapes were all shots in the room that echoed on a phone propped up against a stack of books. Half of his face was in shadow. We didn't touch his acting. We moved him into a different room. Fixed the light, fixed the same thing. He booked the next thing he submitted for. Neither of those was a talent problem. And here's the reframe I want to leave you with. Yours probably isn't either. You're not being rejected for who you are. You're being rejected for a half second of tension and a few technical fixes that nobody ever taught you. And once you can see it, once you know what the camera is actually reading, you can't unsee it. Every tape from here changes. Quick recap, because it's worth remembering as a checklist before you record. Shoot horizontal, never vertical. Frame from the mid-chest up, don't crop the body out. Light your eyes, not just your face. And record somewhere that doesn't echo. That's 4 fixes right now. No strings attached. The 5th one, the one that isn't that technical, I'm not giving you here. I'm giving it to you in the next few minutes in the free lesson, because it only actually works if I can walk it through with you. This isn't a locked door tease. It's one specific adjustment. It has a name, and it takes about 4 seconds to do. But I've watched enough actors read an instruction like that off a screen and do it wrong, alone, with no one checking them, that I have stopped teaching it cold in a video. In the free lesson, I walk you through it directly, then show you how to hold it across an entire take without it leaking back out as tension. I built that lesson, The Camera Sees Everything You Hide, as part of Becoming an Actor 2026, the course I built from 40 years inside the industry as a performer, a director, a trainer, and an agent. So here's what I want you to do. Comment camera below or hit the link and I'll send you the full lesson, free right now, the actual technique walked through properly, not just described. Add it to the 4 fixes from today and watch what happens to your next batch of tapes. You were never the problem. Now you know what it was. Go fix your frame, fix your light, and I'll walk you through the rest in the lesson. I'll see you in the next one.